So, it is May 23rd, 2009, and our beloved Aunt Avondale has passed away last night. So we've come here to this place in Trona to, where she and Grandma Seaborn used to live.
Your great-grandma.
My great-grandma Seaborn. Your mom.
My grandma.
Oh, your grandma.
Your great-grandma.
Oh, okay. No, you're talking. All right. That's different. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
This is in Poison Canyon.
That makes more sense.
This is in Poison Canyon.
In Poison Canyon, which is
South of Trona.
South of Trona. And we're visiting this spot here in her honor, I guess. Where they lived in a house which stood, you figure, right?
More like a shack.
Okay, well.
More like a shack.
A shack.
And it was sort of directly southwest of here, up there near where those bushes are. It backed up into that hill.
Okay.
And they used to, and your great-grandma used to take care of me once in a while when I'd come out and stay with them.
And you would spend your time on the side of this hill here?
Well, that was one of the places I played, but I go up there and dig up in that white spot. Anyway, go over and stand up there so I can get a shot of you. There's a white spot there behind you.
Okay.
Go stand roughly by that big boulder right there that I'm pointing at. That's good.
That's the shot, huh?
That's the shot. And maybe up here close to these.
It's about 90 degrees out here, huh?
Oh no, I bet it's about 85, maybe 80.
It's cooled off a little bit in the last hour.
Yeah. It hasn't been very hot today.
It's a little on the warm side. It's up that road, anything?
Well, I didn't go up not more than about 75 yards. I'm not sure how far it goes. Anyway, go stand up there next to those bushes. The premium place on food. I'll bet you they're shipping all the product they can make.
Who is? Importing, you mean?
Huh?
Importing, you mean?
No, what they make is good for fertilizer.
Oh, you mean the potash?
Yeah.
This is where Avondale used to be.
She was about 12 years old. 12, 13 years old.
Oh.
They lived out here for a little while. I'm not sure how long, maybe a couple of years. And she would catch the bus from here to Randsburg. She never went to Trona. Trona didn't have a high school. All they had was a grammar school. And she went to high school in Randsburg until about the 10th up to her 11th grade, and then she quit high school and quit on land. Went to Las Vegas, got their picture in Look magazine. Big spread in Look magazine.
Why were they featured in Look magazine?
I don't know, because they were an attractive young couple, and I guess it was a promotional thing for Vegas. I'm not sure why.
I see.
Because Vegas wanted people to know that folks were coming to Vegas to get married.
Huh. Okay.
You know, you know my cousin Joe Roger Tankersley, lives in San Diego.
Oh, right, yeah, I know him.
Well, he wasn't born until the 1940s, but his dad and mom, Alvin and Cordia Lee, they lived out here for a little while, and I believe that I gotta ask Aunt Irene. I think that Clayton and Irene lived out here too.
In the shack.
No, not in the shack. They lived across the road. Across the road used to be a roadhouse, a beer joint, and then later on, the beer joint closed and it just changed into a place that people rented. I'm not sure how many families lived there. It's all gone now, of course.
All right.
So here we are.
This is where Avondale's spirit is at.
Well, I don't know. I hope that she knows that I'm thinking about her and praying for her. I think that she got right with God some years ago.
This is about where the famous dead cattle incident occurred, right?
Yeah, up the road there a little ways, about a quarter of a mile. I guess along to where it starts to climb out. Now, I never actually saw it. Granddad told me.
Whole herd of cattle died from poison water.
Well, not a herd, but
Several, anyway.
yeah, 3 or 4. 4 or 5. I'm not sure how many, but they had wandered in there. Anyway, the place. So it was right across here, where that's gotten washed away there.
Where the roadhouse was.
Where the roadhouse was, yeah. Yeah. They've had some pretty heavy duty floods in the rainstorm since then.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, it says 95, but I wouldn't think it would be 95. Doesn't feel like that to me.
It's a little on the warm side.
AC's on. Put it off. And your great grandma Seaborn used to walk these hills. Had a rock collection. He had a fascination for rocks. So did Alvin. Alvin established the first gem and mineral club out here. They're still in existence. They run that big gem and mineral show. Actually, if you want to, this October we can drive out here at the Gem and Mineral Show.
Yeah, there's the fish rock, huh?
There's the fish rock, yep.
Fish rock.
The guy used to live up there back in the 50s. His name was Zirist Rizzer. I think I've already told you about him. He was
Zirist Rizzer.
I think he was from Iran or someplace like that. And he had a collection of tires. Biggest collection I ever saw. And I guess he thought that someday it was going to go up. There was going to be a shortage of rubber or something. But he had them. It looked like one of those mining slag heaps, you know, where you see mine tailings and go spreading out for, you know, a mile or two.
Come up to something here. He built that wall, though. Huh?
Yep, he sure did. You wanna? Finished, so I guess somebody finally. That place is nicely maintained next door. I can remember him going out of the desert to find those rocks. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Disaster. That's funny, you're not seeing any. Not seeing any for sale signs. But some of these places are obviously abandoned, and so, you know, you ought to be able to buy them for a song. You know, some of those places have been nicely redone. See there? There.
It's okay.
And they're making progress there, making progress there. So there are a few brave souls. But this place is under work. See there? And they're doing a good job. These homes are very well built. They're built with seasoned redwood. They don't build them with that anymore. That third one down there is where we used to live.
Now, is this where,
This is where your mom and I lived. Yep, that's right. We lived in the, let's see, we lived in the second row, I guess. I think it was either the one on the end or the one next to the end.
are they still, they're not,
And really, some of them are still occupied, looks like. That's interesting.
not these.
Well, some are, some aren't.
Yeah. It's kind of scary.
Huey Anderson, I think it was. to be right there. These were nice homes too.
Yeah, you can see they would have been okay in
their time. And yeah.
Everything's on the seed like this. There's a water cooler.
Yep.
You could get a regular air conditioner for $100.
Yeah, but those water coolers do a better job out here because the air is so dry. At least that's what I've always heard. AC units cost more to operate, they take more power, and they cost more to buy too. Put out a lot of air. Those big old swamp coolers put out a lot of air. Now there's a nice looking place, and look at that. So obviously that place is abandoned. The garage is screwed up.
It's empty.
Yeah.
Nice looking rock work or something going on there.
Where?
That house there.
Oh, I didn't see it. The sun hurts my eyes. Trona Cumberland Presbyterian Church. These are all new places. All been built since I left.
Swamp.
Yeah.
The swamp coolers. How about that for a name for a band?
I'm gonna get a T-shirt that says "typical white person."
I see. And will you be wearing that in the ethnic community, or?
Well, why not? Why not? Something insulting about that?
Mention you're a Christian too, and throw in NRA number.
Yeah. Think they get me for hate speech?
I think so. Is this the high school here?
This is the grammar school right here.
Oh.
High school's on the other side. Well, I guess it's...
That's the grammar school?
Right over there, yeah.
Oh, that's the high school.
And the dividing part is right here. This used to be the principal's office right there. Yeah, there it is. Well, guess I'll turn around here.
Want to get a cup of coffee?
Yeah, well, I've got some coffee here for you if you want it.
Yeah. Pull over and
Just a minute, I'm gonna. What is this? Let me see.
this is the fire department.
Oh, okay.
We're going to park here.
I'll pull up there by the school.
I remember coming out here and watching a football game one time. With,
Oh, really?
You and Mom and maybe Grandpa and Juanita or something.
How old were you then?
Must have been 8 or 9 maybe, or no, I couldn't have been that old. Let's see. Could have been 7, 8, 9 maybe. 7 or 8. Something like that.
Yeah, well, you probably did. Probably did.
Hate when that happens.
Did you shoot over it?
No, I just shoot more now. Keep the audio track.
I guess we could probably stop there briefly on the way home if you want to.
The party would have missed us back.
Huh?
If I missed anything, it would have been back there in town. And is that wind blowing that dust out there?
Oh, I expect so. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, nobody else knows about this stuff. Maybe you can tell them about it someday.
Yeah. Do my best. This is going to be about as hard to sell as conservatism. I don't get it.
There's a new place over there too. Or I mean a rebuilt place.
I don't get a lot of love for my conservatism, and I don't know.
Well, I think the rest of the family is pretty conservative.
Yeah, there has been some movement over the years, especially in recent years. Even Jeff called himself a conservative the other day.
Did he? Well, I don't think he had. Did he ever really have any firmly held opinions
Not.
on any principles?
He was sort of a default lib, I would say, but not really.
Yeah. I mean, I can't.
His mom certainly was.
Yeah. And I can't fault him. I was just knee-jerk as he was.
When I was talking to Mom, I was kind of having an argument with her there over at Carrie's one time, and we were arguing about Limbaugh, I think, and I said, well, Limbaugh's a conservative. I said to her, Mom, well, I'm a conservative, and Dad's a conservative. And then Jeff pipes in, he says, I said, and Jeff's a conservative? he likes to take a pot shot of limbo every once in a while, which I don't quite understand. But
I don't think he listens to limbo.
He says, "All right, Jeff's a conservative." Young Jeff was there. He didn't. I don't know. He's not quite politically aware. I don't think.
No, probably not.
I think there's been some general movement in the family, and
Yeah, I don't think we've ever had any flaming liberals.
maybe you and I would have been the closest we ever had to that.
But they were mostly mushy middle.
When I was very young, I was like 12 or 13 or something. I used to subscribe to the LA Free Press.
Oh, you did?
Do you remember that?
No.
You remember that?
No.
That was a nut job paper. I think maybe Horowitz might have been a contributor to that at the time.
In his lefty days?
In his lefty days.
Well, I used to subscribe to Ramparts, and it was Gene that got me interested in that.
I recall picking up seeing it a few times. I never subscribed, but LA Free Press was a big, well-known leftist rag in its day. To the extent that a kid that young can be politically active, I was a leftist.
Yeah.
Remember we went to San Francisco one time and walked around Haight-Ashbury and Telegraph Avenue and
held up the B side.
Did we do some of that?
The peace side,
we must have.
Or whatever you did in those days.
Right. So we were on the Strip, not the Strip, but the Haight, the scene, whatever it was.
That was during the greeting of America.
It wasn't the Summer of Love, but it was a summer or two after the Summer of Love.
Yeah.
So I felt like I'd done the left wing thing by my late teens. I felt like been there, done that, so I made my transition to a conservative by 19. And so in my early 20s, kids I knew that were just becoming aware, going off to college, and they'd come back and tell me stuff. It's been that way ever since.
Like that. Anyway, that's when they started importing workers from Europe, bringing them in from the continent, and these were workers who would take orders, and they were accustomed to living in big cities. And that's when the education system, that was the time of Horace Mann. They began adopting the Prussian model for public schools. People had been taught by parsons up until then, by preachers, or they were homeschooled.
Right.
And they read the Bible. And they were, according to Tocqueville, they were the best educated people in the world. But they were not suitable for the Industrial Revolution. So they started bringing in these workers from Europe. And with them, especially after 1840, because in 1840, that's when Marx, began. That's when the Communist Manifesto and Das Kapital were published. Before that time, I guess you
had the Jacobins.
Yeah, had the Jacobins. That's right, from 1789. But there was a very strong sense of class. Remember the first, second, third, and fourth estate? The first estate was
in France.
Yeah. There was the nobility, then the military, the nobility, clergy, military,
the bourgeois.
And then the bourgeois. And then I don't think there was any room for the plebes at all. And the proletariat didn't exist as a Christian charity, and everybody is obliged to do it. But when it gets taken over by the state, it becomes an entitlement. The person who administers it gets a little power. He wants more. We should have left charity and individual personal responsibility, or responsibility of the local church. The church does do a decent job of that when it's a volunteer activity. But
but you're saying the government shapes the people, right?
I'm not sure who shapes whom.
I believe people get the government they deserve.
Well, I'm sure that's true. I mean,
that culture and government, all that stuff, the arts and everything, it's all rooted in the character of the people.
I believe that's true. Yeah.
I mean,
we've allowed ourselves to get hypnotized, get captured by false gods.
We've got a lot of black culture that's mixed into the mainstream, a lot of imported foreign culture that's mixed in. We've lost that virtuous Christian thing we used to have going on.
Well, if we had kept the virtuous Christian part, then we wouldn't have.
The rest of it would follow, I think.
Yeah.
We'd have a better government.
We would. That's right. That's why Earl Fox says if we're gonna turn it around, it's gonna have to be one soul at a time.
Yeah. Hey, I won't argue with that. I hear that atheism is recent survey indicates it's increasingly popular.
It's increasingly or decreasingly?
Increasingly popular.
Huh.
Have you heard this? It's a news item within the last...
You know,
I've been hearing that for a year or so.
That could be disinformation. I guess it's possible to have disinformation from the other side, but I also hear that the Christianity is growing by leaps and bounds in Africa, in China, and among Muslim countries. People are having mystical experiences. Visitations by angels or something.
I've heard it about China and Africa.
Yeah. So, New Age stuff, and by homosexuality, and by the desire for, feel good. And so I guess you gotta be careful about.
Yeah. How would you even know a thing like that? I mean, if there's
Well,
you'd
have to listen to them themselves. I mean, there is something called the emergent church, and it does have intellectual leaders who proclaim, their new vision for what the new Christianity should look like. Be more tolerant or something, more ecumenical, more accepting, more inclusive, all that stuff. Bishop Spong, one guy who comes to mind. So I think he's an Episcopal priest, but he talks like he's an emergent church side. He talks about the God experience, not about God, but about the God experience.
What does he mean by that?
I'm not sure, but it tends to be it leaves it up to the individual. God is whoever or whatever you want to say he is, or it is.
She is.
Or she is, right. Or they are, I don't know.
The goddess.
Yeah. Well, at Avondale, God bless you. I'm going to miss you an awful lot.
I don't know why the last time we saw her, she didn't look well, I guess. I just had the feeling that might have been the last time that I was going to see her.
Yeah. She always stuck up for me.
Is that right?
Yeah. If I ever got in trouble with my dad, she'd always find some way to insert herself.
Avondale was quite a looker in her day, wasn't she?
Oh, she was. She was a cutie. Yeah. She said that she used to say that you reminded her of your grandpa.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Have you seen those pictures of him in that batch? There's there's the one with you standing by the horse. Have you seen that one?
No.
You've seen that?
I have to look at it to make sure.
You must be 15 or something.
Really?
Oh, you gotta look through there. There's. Have you seen the pictures? I don't know who they are. They're. It's a family shot of folks. God, they look like.
Something about Tobacco Road?
Out of American Gothic, like Ma and Paul with a pitchfork, you know.
Yeah.
And you see this group standing on the front porch, and several shots, different poses, different combinations of the same deep. Nobody's smiling. Nobody's in a good mood. Nobody's horsing around, and they all got this look on their face, like, we ain't taking no shit off you punks. You know what I'm saying?
Is this the one where your great-grandpa Seaborn is always standing apart?
There's one like that, and the family shot with the Avondale as a toddler, and Grandpa Seaborn, and I guess Clayton and Jerome, and that was the basic family shot.
Yeah.
And there's some other 78. Oh yeah, that's well, maybe you haven't seen that stuff then. You gotta look through it. I gave you the disc, right? So just put it on slideshow and look through it. There's one that says Grandma Seaborn on it. Now that's not your mom, Grandma Seaborn.
What's it look like? What does she look like?
And it's not. It's this very old. It looks like someone from the old country. It looks like it was shot in Europe or something. And
she have a black hood on or something.
Yeah, she looks like.
Yeah, that was my great grandmother. Your great grandmother.
That's what I was thinking. That was not.
Yeah.
Right. And now, God knows where was that shot? Was that Benjamin Franklin Seaborn?
Well, that was Benjamin Franklin Seaborn's wife.
Right.
Her name was Rachel Rebecca.
Okay.
Rachel Rebecca.
Well, that is one old picture.
Rachel Rebecca. Let's see. Whitehead, I think. The bonds, I think, were on the Tangiswood side.
Well, you got to go through there and identify those shots as best you can. And
I will.
If you don't know how to enter, I want you to.
Well, Carolyn would be the last. She's about the last one who'd be able to do it.
Identify the people?
Yeah. I hope she comes out. Hope she comes out here for the reunion this year.
The easiest thing to do would be for me to show you how to burn the thing, and you enter the text yourself. Do it on your computer. Otherwise, you're gonna have to make notes and email it to me or something.
Yeah. Another possibility too would be, are they numbered on the disc?
Yes. I numbered every one of them, so you could just say picture number 1 is so and so, number 2, 3, 4.
Here's the thing to do then, because we need to get this in the hands of my cousin Carolyn. So if you can burn another CD, and we'll send it to her.
Or you could forward that email that I sent you.
I can do that.
And have her simply include in her reply notes on. That's what I was going to do with Avondale. And
that would be.
It's actually the easiest way to do it.
That would be a lot of. That would be a lot of. Well, all right.
It's not that tough.
Yeah.
Just
ask her to
knock it out in a day or two.
You're taking